started working for the city April 1st, 1975. I started working in the Department of Public Works that was in Highway Reconstruction. And then in 1979, I changed where I went to work for Housing and Community Development in the Building Inspection Office of Plans Examining. And I stayed in Plans Examining until 1997, and then I came back to the Department of Public Works, and there I was put into the Bureau of General Services. And I've been here ever since. What I enjoy a lot is that the city owns some old buildings, interesting buildings, like City Hall, the Peel Museum, the Abel Wallman Building, War Memorial Building. I get to go into some interesting old structures and other buildings that are kind of like tucked away. More interesting buildings that General Services owned before was the Upton Mansion, which was built like in 1830. I know the oldest building that actually comes under Recreation Parks, but we did projects out there, is the Mount Clair Mansion, and that was built in like 1752. That was before this was a country. This was a colony then. I had the honor of working on some interesting buildings over the years. I think it was the way they treated me when I went away on military service. Like, I was 50 years old and I got called up after 9/11 with the Army Reserve, and I went away for a year there. And the people here, the old chief that we had, Michael P. Cook, he treated me very well. And it was a smooth transition from general services over to active duty military. And then when I came back, it was a smooth transition back. They have my desert uniform over there. I also donated a World War II 48-star flag, along with a couple of other things, because I served in the Gulf region. I was in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. And before that, I went to Korea for a short tour. And I was in Germany at the U.S. Army Engineer Headquarters in Wiesbaden, Germany. And I even got down into Hungary during Operation Joint Endeavor. When I was in Korea, I was in Seoul at Yongsan. And then I went down to Daegu, where I was at Camp Henry. And I even got up to the DMZ. That was in 1995. I think the biggest thing that helped me with the Department of General Services was my experience at HCD when I was in Plans Examining. Because there I had to learn the building code. I learned about buildings, not just city buildings, but any building that they had, the techniques and all. And when I came over to General Services in 1997, it helped me greatly to be able to converse with architects and engineers who had general services projects.
Dennis had a unique and great experience and knowledge, if you will, in building codes and designs of building structural system. His knowledge certainly helped the division in assessing existing building structures and managing renovation projects while maintaining them on time and budget.
We had a hurricane a few years ago, and the flagpole for the Abel Wallman building fell over and it broke. And it laid on the roof in front of the building for a couple of years. And I said, this is a municipal building. We should have a flagpole. So I got the go-ahead, and I designed the attachments to reattach that flagpole. And there was also some work with handrails in the lobby area, the brass handrails, and also with cleaning the stone on the front of the Abel Wallman building. I just walked into the office this morning and I looked at the flagpole and it says, yep, it's still there. So that I take a lot of pride in. The Persian philosopher said, God does not deduct from a man's lifetime the time spent fishing. So I plan on fishing. I belong to a couple of groups. I belong to the VFW, I belong to the American Legion, and a group called the Military Order of the World Wars. Once hopefully COVID-19 goes away, I'll be able to get more involved with with veterans groups. Well, I could say with General Services, I have worked with some very nice people, some very knowledgeable people too. Some of the people that I know that are very, very dedicated, and I've appreciated working with them. People make the difference. And I think a lot of the people that I've dealt with General Service really are good people and make a difference.
I want to congratulate him on his retirement and thank him for his long-term services and hard work. And we are certainly going to miss him.